On episode 514 of the 40 Plus Fitness Podcast, we discuss how to get yourself restarted when your weight loss or fitness efforts stall. You can find the full show notes for this episode at 40plusfitnesspodcast.com/514. Have you decided you're ready to make a change? To reclaim your health and fitness? The 40 Plus Fitness Podcast is here for you. I'm your host, Alan Meisner. I'm an NSAM certified personal trainer with a specialization in corrective exercise and fitness nutrition. Let me be your coach as you find your way on your health and fitness journey. All right, let's go. This episode of the 40 Plus Fitness Podcast is sponsored by Organifi. Organifi is a line of organic superfood blends that offers plant-based nutrition made with high-quality ingredients. Each Organifi blend is science-backed to craft the most effective doses with ingredients that are organic, free of fillers, and contain less than 3 grams of sugar per serving. They won't take you out of ketosis if that's your way of eating. Your body is an amazing organic machine. The food we eat and drink is information for that machine. This includes adaptogens. These are compounds that balance hormones and help you deal with stress in a healthier way. If you're feeling tired, these compounds will give you a boost of energy. If you're stressed, they'll help you return to a natural state of calm. They literally help you adapt to the stress of life. This is why I'm a big fan of Organifi green juice with essential superfoods and a clinical dose of ashwagandha. It helps reduce stress and support healthy cortisol levels. It mixes well with water or your beverage of choice, and it tastes awesome. This has become my go-to morning ritual. Organifi offers the best tasting, high-quality superfood beverages without breaking the bank. Each serving costs less than $3. Easy, convenient, and cost-effective. Go to www.organifi.com/40plus and use the coupon code 40plus for 20% off your order. That's ORGANIFI.com/40PLUS and use the code 40plus for 20% off of any item. This episode of the 40 Plus Fitness Podcast is sponsored by Unidragon. As the holidays approach, you might be looking for a unique gift that will entertain and delight. Unidragon has you covered. They make high-quality wooden puzzles, but these aren't like regular puzzles with the standard style pieces. Their unique design is something I've never seen before. They're works of art. We all know as we age, we risk the loss of cognitive strength. But with neuroplasticity, we can train our brain and slow the decline. Puzzles do just that. Plus, these beautiful puzzles are something that you can do with the whole family, be it your significant other, your children, or your grandchildren. Each month, Unidragon comes out with a new design, and most of them have multiple levels of depth and difficulty. These make great gifts, but you might enjoy buying them for yourself. I received the medium-sized Playful Parrots puzzle. It came in a beautiful wooden box. You should have seen my wife's eyes light up when she saw it. I fully expect to buy more of the Unidragon puzzles for ourselves, our family and friends, and our guests. You have to check them out at unidragon.com and use the promo code 40plus to get 10% off your order. Gift giving problem solved. That's unidragon.com and 40PLUS for 10% off. Every once in a while, you might find yourself flat-footed. Without intending to, you've stopped moving. And in fact, you might be letting some old habits return. Now, this is a little different than a plateau. In a plateau, you're still doing the things that were working. They've just stopped working. But now you're standing there flat-footed and maybe not doing everything that you were doing. And it becomes sort of this feeling of inertia. It seems really hard to push forward and you just feel stuck. So now this term inertia that I'm using is a kind of a term out of motion. It means motion and it means no motion. So it's Newton's first law, and it basically says an object in motion tends to stay in motion and an object at rest tends to stay at rest. And you probably feel this when you're in a car. If you hit the brakes in a car, you don't just stop. There's this tendency for the car to go forward a little bit further until it finally comes to a stop. And the same is true if you're sitting still. You have to give it a little more gas, a little bit more RPMs, revolutions per minute, to get the car moving. Now, once it gets up to a cruising speed, the RPMs drop back down and you find a comfortable thing because you're not trying to accelerate with the gas and you're not trying to decelerate with the brakes. So realize the braking and the accelerating are kind of giving you the concepts of inertia. And then there's just sometimes you just feel like you're just parked. And you may not have put your car in park, you may not think you're in park, but you're basically either in neutral sitting there or you're in park. In either case, you're not going anywhere. So I want to talk about today 3 things that you can do to get moving again, to get going again. These are: don't wait, start small, and then lean into your strengths. So let's start with the first one, don't wait. So I want to show of hands, who's ever said, I will start my diet or I will start my workout program on Monday, or I'll start my program on the 1st of next month? It's a fairly common thing, and we see people doing it with New Year's resolutions all the time. I'll start my diet on January 1st. I'll start getting in shape on January 1st. It's a very common thing. So how many days are there between now and then? And so what you may be doing is not only that you're going to be sitting still for those number of days, you might actually be creating inertia because you start moving backwards. And it's the same problem. An object in motion going backwards tends to stay in motion. So the longer you wait, the less likely you are to be successful. Waiting till Monday, waiting till the 1st, never a good strategy. Now, a lot of times we do this because we think we need to go big. We think, I'm going to have to completely cut out everything and do everything at once. And that holds us back. That puts that procrastination in there because we want to steel ourselves. And it'll be easier for me to steel myself on Monday and do this. It'll be easier for me to motivate myself over the weekend and out through the rest of the month and then start on the 1st. We approach them that way because we think we need this huge change, which takes me to the second point. This episode of the 40 Plus Fitness Podcast is sponsored by Organifi. Organifi is a line of organic superfood blends that offers plant-based nutrition made with high-quality ingredients. Each Organifi blend is science-backed to craft the most effective doses with ingredients that are organic, free of fillers, and contain less than 3 grams of sugar per serving. In our 24/7 always-on world, going without sleep seems to carry a badge of honor, but that's not how your body sees it. Sleep is when all the wonderful things happen inside your body. Hormones reset, and the healing and restoration happens. You know how much better you feel when you have a good night's sleep. Getting good sleep is a priority for me. That's why I'm a big fan of Organifi Gold Juice. With ingredients like turmeric, reishi mushroom, and ginger, it's designed to support rest, relaxation, recovery, and repair. It's a delicious and nutritious warm golden tea. I use water, but you can also use milk or a milk alternative. This has become a part of my evening wind down. Organifi offers the best tasting, high-quality superfood beverages without breaking the bank. Each serving costs less than $3 per day. Easy, convenient, and cost-effective. Go to www.organifi.com/40plus and use the code 40plus for 20% off your order. That's ORGANIFI.com/40PLUS and use the code 40plus for 20% off of any item. The second point is start small. Have you ever made a snowman? Now, one of the easiest way to make a snowman is to make a snowball, a small one even, and then start rolling it. And better yet, if there's a hill, because you can just roll it down the hill, and at the bottom of the hill, you have a bigger ball. And the more you roll it around in the snow, the bigger it's going to get. Okay? The same works for rock slides. One single rock moves, and that one single rock starts the rock slide. That can be huge. So which rock is it for you? What is one small thing that you can do today or better yet, right now, that will get things moving. Perhaps you just need to stand up and walk around for a few minutes right now. If you can do it, you're listening to this and you're not already moving, consider it. Stand up and walk around. It's one small thing. Maybe you can get yourself a glass of water next time you want to go for a soft drink. So you go to the machine, you're like, I should really just get a glass of water. And you get a glass of water and you cut out one small thing, that soft drink, which was probably 39 grams of sugar and calories you didn't need because they're not nutritious. They're not helping you. Or maybe when you go out, instead of going out to eat or getting your lunch, you can pick up at the grocery store. So you give them a call and say, okay, I want to order a rotisserie chicken, some veggies, a pre-washed salad. And rather than doing pizza night or going to, calling a restaurant or going to a restaurant, I'm going to go by the grocery store and pick up those things, and that's going to be our dinner. So you see, this is not like you're trying to completely change the world at once. You're just trying to make one small movement. That small movement, though, creates the next movement. That glass of water becomes the habit of drinking enough water every day where you stay hydrated and you're not always maybe confusing thirst with hunger. Perhaps that getting up and walking around gets you more comfortable to say, I can walk a lot more while I'm trying to do other things, like listen to a podcast or take a phone call or whatever. And then the picking the food and saying, no, I'm not going to go to the restaurant because it's easy, because I didn't do what I needed to do. I'm going to go do a better choice. When I go in, I'm going to go to the deli. I'm going to find better food. I'm going to go to the produce section, find better food. And I'm going to make better decisions as I go so that I'm not backtracking, so that I'm not stuck. So it's this little small thing that can get the ball rolling or the rock sliding that's going to have a big payoff later. So look for the little things, okay, just to get the ball rolling. Later on, you can take that big leap of your big rocks and say, okay, now we're moving. Now I can take on a big rock, okay? And then the third thing that I want to talk about here is leaning into your strengths. Most of us have this idea that improving our health and fitness involves eliminating something. I have to get rid of sweets. I have to get rid of soft drinks. I have to stop my sedentary lifestyle and not be watching Netflix all the time and doing those other things. And I'm not going to say that can't be a part of your solution, but if you're finding yourself flat-footed, that might not be the best strategy. The easiest and quickest way to get things moving is to do something you know you can do and that you enjoy. So it's a strength and maybe even a superpower, because if you know you enjoy walking and you can do it, just blocking out a little bit of time each day to take a short walk. Okay, we talked about in tip 2, something little. It can be a short walk, but just something to get you started. And if you enjoy it, all the better. Another example is maybe you enjoy dancing. And so you say, okay, I really enjoy dancing, but I don't want to go out to the clubs and bars or whatever and do the dancing there because, then there's the alcohol and the friends and everything else. So maybe you go ahead and take a dance class so you can learn more complex techniques in your 2-step. I don't know. Or you just find some fitness class, like maybe a Zumba class or something like that incorporates dance and music, and you're moving. And so you enjoy it. You know you're going to enjoy doing it, and you're getting the fitness benefits, the health benefits of doing something. Or then another one, and this one fits me to a T, is I really like cooking. I like cooking big meals. I like cooking things and putting them together. So just sitting down and having a batch cooking session. Invite a friend over. Say, okay, look, you bring part the groceries, I bring part the groceries. We do a huge batch cooking together. You take half of it, I take half of it, and we've got meals for days. Okay? It's tying into something that you enjoy. It's tying into something you're good at. It's tying into something that you know you can do. And so it's a strength, maybe even a superpower, and you're just going to lean into that. This episode of the 40 Plus Fitness Podcast is sponsored by Unidragon. As the holidays approach, you might be looking for a unique gift that will entertain and delight. Unidragon has you covered. They make high-quality wooden puzzles, but these aren't like regular puzzles with the standard style pieces. Their unique design is something I've never seen before. They're works of art. We all know as we age, we risk the loss of cognitive strength. But with neuroplasticity, we can train our brain and slow the decline. Puzzles do just that. Plus, these beautiful puzzles are something that you can do with the whole family, be it your significant other, your children, or your grandchildren. Each month, Unidragon comes out with a new design, and most of them have multiple levels of depth and difficulty. These make great gifts, but you might enjoy buying them for yourself. I received the medium-sized Playful Parrots puzzle. It came in a beautiful wooden box. You should have seen my wife's eyes light up when she saw it. I fully expect to buy more of the Unidragon puzzles for ourselves, our family and friends, and our guests. You have to check them out at unidragon.com and use the promo code 40PLUS to get 10% off your order. Gift giving problem solved. That's unidragon.com and 40PLUS for 10% off. So I know this is a relatively short episode, but this is not a hard thing if you can get your mindset around it, is that being stuck doesn't mean you're always stuck. Notice that Newton didn't say an object at rest can never be moved or an object moving can never be stopped. It's just a function that it feels harder. There's an inertia. There's something pulling it or keeping it. And so what you can do and what's within your power today is 1, start, 2, start small, and 3, start with something, do something that you enjoy and that you're good at because it'll be easier. All those little easy things gets the first rock going, gets the little bit going. And so if you find yourself flat-footed, you've lost your momentum, you feel like you're standing up, don't beat yourself up. We all get into this place. This happens to every one of us. Every one of us will find ourselves at one point or another not making the progress that we think we should make. And when we really are honest with ourselves, we know we're not putting in the same effort, the same time, the same everything we were doing before. We've let some things creep back in. And that's what slowed us down. That's what eventually left us in this flat-footed place. So don't beat yourself up, but know that this is within your power to start, not stop, because you did stop. Let's start. Don't wait. Start small and lean into your strengths. Find something that will get you jump-started. Just that one little thing, do it now, and enjoy it. And that's going to be the thing that gets things rolling. And once you get them rolling, it's easier to keep them rolling. And that's what you do next. But the first step is the first little rock. Just get it going. Hey, Raz.
Hey, Alan. I really feel the inertia a lot because sometimes it is hard to get going. Sometimes and I've been stuck at a plateau. I feel like I've spun my wheels. It's just hard to make a pivot to get moving again. I really feel for people that have this issue.
Yeah. And I do want to go back and just kind of delineate the difference between a plateau, because a plateau is hugely frustrating because you're saying, I was eating this, my TEE says this and that, and I'm logging everything and I'm measuring everything and I'm doing the exercise, and I every day the numbers on the computer, the app I'm using are saying I should be losing 1 pound a week, and I get to the end of the week and I didn't lose anything. And then I go to the end of the next week and I didn't lose anything, and you're like, but I'm doing everything right and it was working so well, and now it's not. And that's just homeostasis. That's just our bodies adapting to what we were doing. So that's a very different thing that could be hugely frustrating. And I've talked about plateaus before, so you can go back and you can kind of search and see if there's some shows there. But I may, obviously I will keep talking about plateaus because we all We all face them. This
Mhm.
is something slightly different. This is where you kind of just get a funk,
Mhm.
and you actually, you let up. You know, you're not putting on the gas. As we talked to Del Toro, you know, you put the car in park,
Mhm.
or maybe now even into reverse. And
Oh, yeah.
so, as you're making these decisions and you're doing these things, now you have a harder start because you've put yourself in a stopped position.
Yeah. Well, it's hard not to give up. It's hard not to see that progress and get so frustrated that you just, what else are you going to do? It's obviously, it is what it is, and you just want to quit. But it's important that you don't, and it's important that you keep trying and do something different. But like the 3 tips that you offered to get out of this funk and to get out of this stopped parked space, I think the first one is don't wait, like you had mentioned, and don't wait till January 1st or Monday, but just do something. Get started somehow.
Yeah. I mean, this episode comes out on a Monday, and this episode
Right.
comes out on Monday 29th. So
Yeah.
if you're going to wait till Monday, that's a whole week. If you're going to
Hmm.
wait until January 1st, that's 33 days.
Yeah.
If you're
That's a long
listening to this
time.
on the Monday it came out. And so
Hmm.
you're just going to give away a month.
Hmm.
Now, we have, if you think about it, yeah, we have 70 years maybe on average, or maybe 80 years on average on this earth. And then there's 12 times that. So it seems like a lot of months.
Hmm.
But the distance between you right now in that 80 years is not that far, not as far. Times 12 still seems like a relatively big number, but
Hmm.
why give away an entire month?
Hmm.
Start something now, and the easiest way to start something now is based on the other 2 tips of something small.
Yes. Like you had mentioned, replacing one glass of pop with a glass of water. I mean, you don't have to throw out your
Well,
whole
I didn't
pantry.
I didn't call it pop, but
Or
okay.
yeah, or some sugary drink of some sort.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm a
it comes in a
northerner. I'm a
can. Yeah.
I'm a pop girl. That's how we say it up here in Michigan.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you just make that one change, some people just want to go cold turkey, throw out all the junk food out of the pantry and the refrigerator, which breaks my financial heart a little bit. But instead of just going cold turkey and just revamping everything and making it such a drastic situation, just start with one thing. I think baby steps are far more effective than going cold turkey and making some drastic change.
Yeah. And those little habits stack pretty quickly. It's like
Yeah.
you realize, okay, I went a couple days without my Pepsi or without my Coke or Mountain
Hmm.
Dew or Dr. Pepper, whatever your thing is, a monster drink. Um, yeah.
No, please don't.
Yeah. So you do without that. You cut
Hmm.
out 39 grams of sugar or maybe more per day.
Hmm.
That's a big deal. That's
That's
a
huge.
huge, and if you're drinking more than one and now you're drinking none,
Hmm.
that's even bigger. And so
Yeah.
you start moving down that trail, and then the next step, is like, okay, what else? And
Hmm.
that's where, again, leaning into something you're really strong at. It's
Hmm.
like, I really like playing tennis. Now, maybe at this point, you don't feel confident that you can go get on the tennis court and play, but you
Hmm.
could get your tennis racket out and you could go, and they have, typically by tennis courts, they have the practice walls with the lines
Yeah.
drawn on the concrete. And you literally
Hmm.
just sit there and just take the racket, take the ball, and just start hitting the ball and jogging around a little bit, hitting the ball, and just get into the act of moving. And it feels good, and it's something you love,
Hmm.
and it's
Yep.
coming back. And now okay, if I can build up my stamina, then I'm going
Hmm.
to be able to get back on the court. If I build up some strength, I'm going to get better. If I build up my speed, I'm going to get even better. If I help
Hmm.
build my agility, I'm going to be able to play this sport. And you see it. You go out there, and it's like a lot of younger people do play singles. And then
Hmm.
some of the older people, I notice they tend to move to doubles or mixed doubles. And then as they
Mhm.
get a little bit older, there's pickleball. So
Yeah.
I've never played pickleball, but
No,
it,
I haven't either, but it does look very fun.
yeah, and it was sort of when I was a kid, they had a golf team on the high school, and it's like, why would I play an old man sport? Because to me, golf was an old man sport when I was in high school. I'm like,
Mhm.
no, I'm going to play football, baseball, whatever, and run track and that kind of tennis. And so I felt like, I'm going to play these more aggressive sports. And then yeah, now, or if we had a golf course, I would probably be playing a lot of golf.
Mhm.
But it's just one of those things of saying, if there's something you really enjoy doing, you might not be doing it at the level you did 20 years ago, but
Mhm.
doesn't mean you can't do it at some level.
Right.
Even again, if it's just the going out there and doing some practice serves and hitting the ball against the wall and just getting out and being active, doing something you really enjoy doing.
That's exactly it. You hit it right on the nose, is finding what you love to do and embracing that and finding ways to do it. You had mentioned dancing and cooking. And I know that at my local YMCA, there's drop-in classes where you could just take some yoga class or a cardio kickboxing class or something crazy. And why not try something new? Why not try something you've never done before? Because you might like it. And then on the other days, you had mentioned walking. If all you do is walk around your block, make it 2 times around the block, or take a walking trip up to the grocery store or the coffee shop, like I like to do almost every day. But
Mm.
but as long as you're out moving, that is such a huge thing. And if you start moving now, you're 30 days or so ahead of the game when New Year's
Yeah.
resolutions roll around.
Yeah, and if you're just not feeling it, because there's a reason why you probably feel this inertia. There's a reason why
Mhm.
you got held back and now you're in park. And to get past that is sometimes is a mental game. But I
Mhm.
just say, give it 5 minutes.
Yes.
Put on your tennis shoes, put on some comfortable clothes, get out there and just go for 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, you're not
Absolutely.
feeling it, then come back, shower, and you're done. Even if
Yep.
you even bother to sweat, but
Yep.
um, shower and move on.
Yep.
But most people will find 5 minutes is easily 10 minutes, is easily 15. And then you feel like
Absolutely.
you've actually accomplished something. And then the next day it's an easy 15, and then it's
Mhm.
20, then it's 30, and then you're at 45 minutes, and that's kind of the allotted time you have. So now you're walking a little bit further, a little bit faster.
I
Um,
love
and
it.
and those are the kind of things that snowball, the rock slide. It's just the get something small going,
Mhm.
even if it's just the 5 minutes. Walking is
Yep.
easy. Do it someplace that you love. So you're kind of doing all three. You're not doing it
Yeah.
now. You're doing something small, and you're doing something you enjoy, and
Yes.
and that just builds on itself.
I think that's absolutely perfect. Those are great tips.
All right. Well, Rachel, I will see you and everybody else next week.
Take care.
You too. Next time on the 40 Plus Fitness Podcast, we discuss why we all need to take a digital detox to improve our health and fitness and how to do it right. Until then, have a happy and healthy week.